Hey viewers, Armchair here. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the flying mount Vengeance. This is a really cool mount. From the glowing red eye and nostril socket to the steel faceplate, the chains hanging off, and the shadows, if you can see, dripping off of that tail. That is super cool. I do wish the tail was a little bit longer, but hey, all around it's a really cool undead themed mount. Almost demonic if you look at it the right way. And those wings, the detail, phenomenal. All right, so in order to get your hands on Vengeance, you're going to want to come to the realm of the Maw, specifically up in this area here. Sanctum of Domination is your destination to get Vengeance for your collection. In order to get yourself to the Maw, you're going to want to head to Oribos. Both Stormwind and Orgrimmar have portals to Oribos, pending you've unlocked the Shadowlands expansion. Once you're in Oribos, you want to jump into the center ring here, which can be achieved by taking one of the 4 teleporters up to the 2nd level and then just jumping into the center ring. You'll fall down into the Maw, you'll drop around here, and you'll run yourself over through up into here. If you did play the Shadowlands expansion, you should have a portal to Korthia, which is a slightly shorter run up to the raid entrance itself. And if you were really into the Maw, you have likely unlocked a teleporter that drops you right here. So those are your 3 ways to get yourself to the Maw. Let's go ahead and jump on in. Oh, I should mention, make sure you're on raid difficulty Mythic, as this mount only drops from Mythic difficulty. However, there is another mount that drops from the 3rd boss that can drop on any difficulty, normal, heroic, or mythic, and I believe Raid Finder as well. Let's check that out real quick. Yes, from Raid Finder as well. Raid Finder difficulty for Shadowlands raids can be accessed in Oribos. There is a NPC offering stories right about here. You just click on the raid instance section that you want to complete. I believe it would be the first one for Sanctum of Domination in order to get that 4th weekly chance per character for the Gloom Charger. However, for Vengeance, it's Mythic only. If we open up the adventure guide to Sanctum of Domination, which is Shadowlands content, and select Sylvanas Windrunner, we can see the mount in question, Vengeance's Reigns. Fun fact, the legendary hunter bow, Ray Shalair Death's Whisper, and the epic quality hunter-only Dark Ranger's Quiver can both be collected on any class. However, the achievement for earning the legendary bow can only be obtained on a hunter, but the appearance can be obtained by any of your characters. It took me only 5, yes, 5 attempts in order to get Vengeance's Reigns to drop. However, it may take as many as 250 attempts in order to get the mount for your collection, but you just might be as lucky as me and get it in 5 attempts or less, maybe even your first try. All right, so first boss can be a little challenging, but there is a secret to making it easy, and that secret is to kill 2 of these infused Goliaths, click on their siphoning anima, click on the anima cell, and you get this window. Now, the 2 powers you want are the oddly intangible key, which reduces area effect damage taken by 90%, and the ever-beating heart, which makes you immune to stun and fear effects. So get those 2 powers, then you can take on the boss. And there's the oddly intangible key. We'll take that. You can kill the other 2 Goliaths and take the other 2 powers as well. If you were doing this fight and you did not have those powers activated, you would be perma-stunned. Now, when he drops below 10% health, he will strip you of all your powers, so make sure you have some cooldowns left so you can finish him off quickly. See, there's the stun as our anima is drained away, and I have my cooldowns up so I can quickly finish him off. Now, I will mention that there is a skip quest offered by Bolvar 4-Dragon that requires you to collect 4 Hearts of Kel'Thuzad, I believe. Yeah, 4 phylactery shards from Kel'Thuzad. Now, this quest is currently bugged, meaning you will not obtain progress across your warband. In the most recent update, the 20th anniversary update, they said that all skip quests would be shared across your warband. This one and Ny'alotha are currently busted. I recommend you accept the quest and complete it on your character in anticipation of them fixing it. But know that if you have completed the skip in the past, it is only currently accessible via that one character. If you had the skip working correctly, you would come over here, talk to the Ebon Blade Acolyte, and she would have an option to take you directly up to the final level. But as you can see, it's not, and I know for a fact I have completed it on my warrior. It's not the end of the world. The rest of the run takes about 30 minutes. Doing it this way, you get your chance at Sanctum Gloomcharger from the 3rd boss, which is called the 9. I like to skip as much of this trash as I can because I'm currently spec'd for single target. However, I will mention it's very important that once you cross this threshold, you have to kill every mob in this room, or the boss will not spawn, because you have to fill this eye bar. You'll see what I mean in a moment here. Make sure you kill the 2 flying Valkyries quickly, as they can grip you and pull you off the side. It's quite annoying. You don't need to kill any of the invisible mobs. There are some rogues that hang around the edges of the room. They do not contribute to this eye bar. So in order to get over there and kill all those mobs, make this guy's shield come down and make him killable as well, what you need to do is you need to come over to this pile of chains. You'll get an extra action button called Grapple. Simply click it and you'll vault across the gap. You can vault back if you need to. It's on a short 10-second cooldown, but once you bring these mobs down, the way across in the middle there will open up for you. And just like that, the eye icon is now flashing red, so the boss can spawn in. He will become unattackable at about 66 and 33%. Just kill the 2 mobs that spawn and he'll become attackable again. You want to get out of that white circle on the floor that spawns. This one is fine. It's the one that swirls that you want to get out of, because it traps you from moving, which if you're a melee class would be quite annoying. once we enter this doorway, you will not be able to mount up for the rest of the raid. Until you get to the very last boss, Sylvanas Windrunner, then you can mount up, repair if you need to, and engage the final boss. This Shadow Steel Colossus drops no loot. It was a dev joke. And on Mythic difficulty, in its heyday, that was a lot of health to take down. So people used to do that rogue skip where they made everyone invisible or bring an invisibility potion along with them. Thankfully, we can just walk around the side now. In order to start this fight, you want to run in front of Sylvanas. There's a short RP, and then she disappears and the fight begins. The fight itself, you'll have to take out both of these mobs, and then the main boss will spawn. And just like that, the main boss comes down. You can lust now if you want to. There is a lot going on in this fight, so it is nice to be able to down her a bit quicker. Come on, Gloom Charger. Oh well. Maybe next time, right? Alright, so after that boss, it doesn't matter which of these doorways you go through, they both lead to an elevator. Wait for the elevator to come down or you will yeet yourself off and die. Make sure you always jump when you get onto an elevator in this game. Sometimes they glitch and you fly right through them. Now, if you have the skip unlocked, there is a death gate back to the start of the raid, in which you would take it, head back to the first boss, and talk to that NPC we mentioned earlier in order to take yourself up to the final boss area, which would help you to skip 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bosses. If you do not activate that skip at this point, you will be locked out of it for the remainder of the raid. So make sure if you want to skip, skip now by taking the death gate over yonder. If you do not have the skip, we keep going. Again, you can skip all the trash if you want to, but these soul remnants give you a 20% speed boost for everyone you kill. There aren't that many, but 40% boost for 3 minutes is quite nice. If you're lucky, sometimes there's a third. Not today. Okay. The Ner'zhul fight, he has a shield around him. Just kill the 4 mobs channeling the shield, and the shield comes down. Alright, all 4 are dead. He comes out to play. I'm going to lust here because this is incredibly annoying. There are silence pools everywhere. You'll see what I mean in a second. I should have swapped back to my single target build, but too late now. Just focus on Ner'zhul. Stay out of these pools if you don't want to get silenced. It is a DPS check. If you don't kill him fast enough, there will be a large blast of some sort that will knock you off the side and then fight's over. So try and kill him as fast as you can. Thus, staying out of these pools is super important. That was a close one. Yeah, definitely swap back to your single target spec. Oh, that's not often you find one with blue eyes. Well, Hunter disappointment aside, we've arrived at the next boss. So we've swapped back into our single target spec. We're going to summon our Bloodlust companion and punch it. Pop your cooldowns, finish him off quick, because I would hate to see him forge a weapon a third time. I don't even know if that's possible, but I don't want to find out. Alright. I know what you're thinking. Even Fatescribe? Yes, even Fatescribe can be a cakewalk if your item level is high enough. It doesn't matter which direction you go from here, you have to clear both sides. I always go right because the fight on the right-hand side is considerably quicker and easier. Not to say Fatescribe isn't easy, it is, but I'm going to show you all about what makes it possible to do. Now, Guardian of the First One, he does a slam that stuns you for 5 seconds. It's annoying. Try and dodge it, but if you don't dodge it, it's okay. This one, see, Disintegration. And he's down. Alright, on to Fatescribe. Now, I will recommend, even if you don't have the ability to use Bloodlust or Heroism or Primal Rage like a Hunter, I recommend you bring some drums for Fatescribe, because if you meet the DPS check and you get him to, I want to say, 50 or under 50% health in phase 1, it makes it a lot easier. Doesn't make it impossible, but you'll wish you had drums if you didn't bring them. You want to blow all your cooldowns in P1, try and get them as low as you can, because Fatescribe's Fate Rings. So when he goes into his intermission phase, you have to move runes into their rune slots on the ring. In Mythic difficulty, all the rings are activated. You take damage every second that he's channeling. And if you don't damage him enough, he will do his ring intermission more than once. It's super annoying. You don't want to do it more than once. Try and push him as best you can. All right, we're going to set our pet to defense, and we're going to put him right here. And then we're going to misdirect to the pet. There we go. Bloodlust, okay. And now he should stay put, yes. So if you can drag Fatescribe out of the rings, you get slightly more time to DPS him. That's a good tip. All right, see, he's going back. Come on. Yes. Awesome. All right. Now you want to kill these two mobs. That's one. Here's the other one. All right, you can come back with me, pet. And kill these guys. Okay, cool. Doesn't matter which ring you start on, but just stand on top of the rune and it moves in the direction. I think they used to move in either direction, but now it only moves in the one direction. So it doesn't matter where you stand on it, but if you stand right in the center, you get kind of a speed boost. As you move inwards towards the center, the rings move slower and slower, but at the same time, there's less distance to go, so it kind of evens out. But I'll just show you here, we're taking 400,000 shadow damage every 2 seconds, plus 14,000 every 3 seconds, which can start to add up. All right, here we go. Let's see. Yeah, see, it only goes the one way. Now, you can use some of your defensive cooldowns periodically. I like to, when I reach thresholds like 90%, 80%, that sort of thing. There is an achievement I recommend only doing on normal mode. It's don't get hit by any of these balls and don't get hit by any of the mobs' wave attacks, which is fine. You can kill them super easily like we did. But these balls are so annoying if you're trying to do that achievement. So trust me, come back on normal and do it. Don't do it on Mythic. On normal mode, I believe there's only 2 rings active, so it's a lot better. All right, we've reached the 90% threshold. We'll pop a cooldown. We've got 1 ring left. See what I said? It moves so slow, but it hardly has anywhere to go, so it's fine. All right, pop all your cooldowns again, and hopefully you meet the DPS check, because doing that again would be really annoying. All right, just throw everything you've got at him, and he's down. Nice. All right. We can go take on Kel'Thuzad, which will drop your quest item for your skip quest. Okay, so the Kel'Thuzad fight is super simple. You got to kill him up to 4 times. Each time he reaches 0% health or 1% or whatever it might be, he'll jump up there, sort of disappear, and a green circle will appear on the floor. Stand in the green circle, click your extra action button. You'll go down into a separate realm. You got to kill the mob that's there. He becomes immune at certain health thresholds. I recommend if you're going to lust or heroism, you do it down there. I have 2-phased this in the past, but I had Blade Storm on my warrior, and we all know that's a boatload of damage right there. We'll see what kind of numbers we can get to on this hunter. All right, here comes the green circle, extra action button. This is the mob you want to kill. Ho ho! Oh my god, I think I just 2-phased. Oh wow, that's fantastic. Yep, booyah. All right, so definitely lust in the down phase. Okay, he opens a death gate that takes you up to the final boss, Sylvanas Windrunner. You want to run over to her to engage the RP, which will eventually start the fight. Don't worry, I will explain the fight in detail. Okay, so in P1 of the fight, you want to bring her to 84% health. Then the fight will transition into phase 2. Once she hits 84, she becomes immune. Dodge as much of this stuff as you can. You want to save your health pool for the dot she puts on you. It is a healing absorption dot, so if you have healing spells, you'll be able to deal with it nicely. Me as a hunter, I have a few things, but I also bought some healing potions just to help get you over that hump between the end of phase 2 and the transition to phase 3. She'll stun you for 30 seconds. You might have to watch a movie. You'll appear here. There will be 2 bridges, both Thrall and Jaina summon bridges. I recommend Jaina's ice bridge because you can actually see where the holes are. In Thrall's earth bridge, it's a lot darker. If you're like me and you don't have the best monitor, you might fall through one of the holes accidentally. Once you get across, you want to kill these mobs. You want to kill the mobs as fast as possible because you are accruing that healing absorption dot. All right, the next bridge is up. Wait for the hunting waves to go away. We're going to pop a heal now, get closer to max. She's going to lose her debuff briefly. Now she's attackable. Alright, she's immune once again, 80%. You want to run over to Jaina, get as close to her as you can, and she will teleport you. Now for P3. P3 is by far the easiest phase in this fight. Just damage her. You can bring out your pet for Bloodlust. Pop everything. She dies once you bring her down to 45% health on Mythic. We still have that healing, reduction, absorption debuff, but as she's the only target attacking us, it doesn't matter. Okay, so when the whole platform starts to blast off like that, you want to jump over to the next platform or you will get killed. She will come with you eventually, and you just keep attacking. Alright, and after you've defeated Sylvanas Windrunner in Sanctum of Domination, come over to this Domination Etched treasure chest. And if you're lucky, you too might walk away from Sanctum of Domination Mythic with your very own vengeance. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. Keep on reclining.